Welcome, everyone, to our 10th and final edition covering the 89th Texas Legislative Session with Capital Connections Live. I'm Doug Foster, the Director of Regulatory Affairs for Polunsky Beitel Green, and my partner in these broadcasts is Peter Idziak, our Senior Associate Attorney.
Thanks, Doug. So the final episode is part two of our two-part podcast summarizing all the bills set to become new law. In our previous episode, we discussed 8 separate bills all surrounding the issue of document integrity and real property filing requirements. Now we will summarize all the various bills related to the financial services industries that were passed in the 89th Texas Legislature.
And thanks, Peter. I'll kick it off with probably the subject that's greatest or highest interest to our listeners, and that is property tax relief. The legislature used the same approach 2 years ago of applying both a rate compression of 6.8 cents, and this is done through the budget, and an increase in the residence homestead exemption that will be implemented, provided the voters approve the constitutional amendment this coming November the 4th election. Senate Bill 4 increased the amount of exemption for residential homesteads from ad valorem taxes on school districts from $100,000 to $140,000. And further, Senate Bill 23 increased the additional amount for the elderly defined as 65 years or older or disabled from $10,000 to $60,000. Another consumer-related change that comes in House Bill 2067. This bill will be effective on January 1st of 2026. Insurance companies will have to start proactively providing written explanations to consumers for why they were declined, canceled, or non-renewed. The current requirement is placed or burden on the consumer to ask for those type of explanations. It further requires insurance companies to submit a quarterly summary of that type of activity, cancellations, non-renewals, or denials, to the Texas Department of Insurance, organized by zip code.
Another major priority over the last several sessions has been placing restrictions on foreign ownership of property in Texas. This has been in process for years and is finally a reality starting on September 1st. So Senate Bill 17 will prohibit the purchase by governmental entities, companies, and individuals that are domiciled in countries named in the last 3 annual threat assessment reports prepared by the National Security Agency or another entity designated by the governor. These prohibitions exclude U.S. citizens and lawful permanent residents, including dual citizens. The bill also excludes from these restrictions homestead residential property. The bill clarifies the enforcement mechanism is a divestment procedure initiated by the Attorney General and ensures that lien holders are satisfied through the receivership. There are 2 additional bills that are also effective September 1st dealing with property use. Senate Bill 1333 speeds up the recovery of homes from squatters through resolution via law enforcement action instead of a lengthy and costly court proceeding being the owner's only recourse. It also provides clarity to the role of law enforcement intervention. Senate Bill 38 addresses the current eviction process used in Texas, which can take 30 to 60 days or more from notice to vacate to executing a writ for an owner to recover property. The bill seeks to improve the eviction process for cases where there are no genuinely disputed facts, ensuring that rental property owners are able to regain possession of the property.
And the last 3 bills wanted to cover attempts to make a wide range of activities a little bit more efficient. Senate Bill 929 clarifies when a mechanic's, contractor's, or materialman's lien, the last day of the period falls on a Saturday, Sunday, or a legal holiday, that period would be extended to the next business day. And this law went into effect immediately on May 21st when the governor signed it. House Bill 3250 seeks to strengthen the appraisal industry by granting the Appraisal Review Board the authority to administer a stipend program, both to support the industry growth and sustainability as they seek additional licensed appraisers, and also to collect and display business contact information for the license holders on their website. And then finally, Senate Bill 2610 seeks to provide a safe harbor for small and medium-sized businesses by incentivizing an investment in certain recognized cybersecurity frameworks and best practices to safeguard sensitive consumer data, both personal and payment information.
And with that, we conclude our coverage of the 89th Texas Legislature's regular session. Please visit our website at www.mortgagelaw.com and then click under the Insights tab where you can find our written analysis and weekly updates from the past legislative session. And if you'd like to subscribe to our Capital Connection updates for the future, the information on how to do so is at the end of this video. Thanks for watching PBG's Capital Connection Live. On behalf of Doug Foster and myself, look for us again in this format in approximately 560 days as we begin coverage of the 90th Texas Legislature.